Let us welcome Ms. Arpita Verma. She is a specialist with more than a decade of everything in training, facilitation and coaching. As a certified trainer, motivational and keynote speaker, her expertise is in people development.
My fellow speaker, Mr. Arpita, just told us how to make our big problems really small. And I'm here to tell you in the next 15 minutes how to make your small problems really big. So are you all ready to go in the next 15 minutes and understand how to make simple things really complex? So complex that they look like massive disasters. Right? Because you have to be prepared for every disaster in life. Because when you are least prepared, you will least expect it. Disasters can strike. And few disasters are as disturbing as an earthquake. 23rd October 2011. 1 year, 1 week ago. A massive earthquake hit the city of Energize in eastern Turkey, flattening the entire city, bringing down the building in which Semiha was cradling her 2-week-old baby Azra. The entire city was flat on the ground. A team of rescue workers were called in to start digging. More than 1,050 bodies buried under this 20 feet debris. But with snow and rain hampering the rescue efforts, death and despair loomed large. The death toll kept rising. 429, 578, 1,048. And amidst all this massive destruction, there was absolutely no hope. But the rescue workers kept their unfailing, untiring, desperate attempts up to make sure that they could convert at least one of those numbers back into a live person. And every time their hands dug in that pile of concrete and metal, they retrieved a body. A dead, mangled body. Yes, my friends, and amidst all that disaster, Semiha, who was buried under the rubble for more than 48 hours, had been feeding saliva from her mouth to baby Azra to keep her hydrated. But with no oxygen, no food, and no heat, it was a losing battle, and Semiha lost consciousness. Semiha silently suffocated, while baby Azra, hungry to live, screamed to survive. Semiha should have silently suffocated, but one thing kept her alive. Her little baby's hungry cries, screaming to her, "Mommy, let me out! I want to live! I want to live!" And Semiha, hearing her baby's desperate cries, willed herself to wake up. After 48 hours of having been buried under the debris, with mangled fingers, with renewed gusto and fervor, she tried to scrape through a small stitch, making sure that she could reach out to all those rescue workers and get some help. And a few nauseating hours later, 48 hours after the earthquake had buried them underground, the naked body of baby Azra was found, delivered from Mother Earth's womb, miraculously unscathed, kicking and alive. When baby Azra survived, because her Allah, her mother, in spite of the destruction caused by the earthquake, in fact due to the destruction caused by the earthquake, was disturbed enough. Disturbed enough by hearing her baby's hungry cries to live. Disturbed enough to find her own untapped, unreleased, unleashed power within herself. Disturbed enough to put her hidden efforts to rescue her baby from Dr. Death's clutches. Disturbed enough to deliver her baby from Mother Earth's womb. Disturbed enough to defy death, defining her baby's fate, defining her destiny. Baby Azra survived because her mother was disturbed enough. Yes, my friends, when you're least prepared, when you're least expected, miracles can happen. And few miracles are as rewarding as an earthquake. 5th August 2002. 10 years, 10 months ago. Right in the middle of a birthday party, a big quake rocked my world, bringing down the kingdom of dreams that I had built for myself, wondering about every little thing that was precious to me. At the ripe age of 25, like a pretty princess pampered by destiny, I had seen all my dreams come true. Economics honors from Stephens, MBA from Chicago, a plush job at ING, dancing, dating, dining with my Prince Charming, a grand wedding and a great honeymoon. Yes, at the age of 25, I saw all my dreams come true. All dreams except one. The one dream to do something so big in life that was bigger, better, and finer than all these other small born-with achievements that I had earned for myself. That one dream to make not only a mark for myself, but to make a difference in other people's lives. The one dream that kept palpitating inside my womb for 25 years. The dream to set up an academy, a transformation academy that would change people's lives, giving them the fertile ground to reap very great fruits. But you know what? For 25 years, because everything was going so well, my undelivered baby remained undelivered. You see, I never had the push, never had the zest to fix my due date and deliver my desire that had already taken birth inside my womb. And for 25 years, I stayed permanently pregnant. But on 5th August 2002, right in the middle of that birthday party, like a sharp pain sizzled down my spine, waxing and waning, so intense that the entire world mercilessly faded into darkness. And when I woke up in the hospital bed, what I saw was a big disaster. Test after test, scan after scan, doctor after doctor. The neurologist looked at the scan and then again at me, and then again at the scan, and then said, Arpita, you have multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis? I had never heard of that before. And he said in the same raw tone, yes, multiple sclerosis. A central nervous system disorder for which there is neither a cause nor a cure. I soon found out that multiple sclerosis would march relentlessly, knocking out neuron after neuron, till the time I stopped seeing, stopped talking, stopped walking, and maybe in a few years, stopped living. Yes, my friends, what hit me thereafter was nothing short of a quake, an inner quake. A quake that rocked my world, bringing down the kingdom of dreams that I had built for myself, taking away every little was terminated, and I became a cripple for life. As the toxic stench of my shattered dreams began to settle down, I realized that I was now divorced, dependent, and disabled. What hit me thereafter was just what Samiha had gone through. Yes, I was buried under the debris of my broken dreams and shattered hopes, with my unborn, unfulfilled, undelivered desire still kicking in my womb. And just like her, I tried to pick myself up, but I failed. My family and friends too tried to dig me out of the debris, but they too failed. Because out of all that rescue efforts, the one thing that hampered me was a snowstorm of 3 monstrous knots. I cannot love again. I cannot walk again. I cannot do anything again. And soon my knots became so tight and dense that they seemed unknottable. I silently suffocated while my baby, my unborn desire in my womb, screamed to survive. I should have silently suffocated. But one thing kept me alive, and that was my unborn baby, my undelivered desires, screaming at me, mocking, let me out, let me live. I still have to make a difference. I still have to change people's lives. And hearing my baby's disastrous screams, I realized that my work on earth was still unfinished. My promise to myself to make a mark and make a difference in other people's lives was still unfulfilled. My work was still not complete, and that was disturbing enough. And with that, with renewed gusto and fervor, I picked myself up, brushed the dust off, and took my first few tender steps, walking away from that pitiful pit of paralyzed thinking into a world waiting to embrace me, into a world of well-being. Yes, my friends, after 9 nauseating months, I finally could start walking again. Of course, with support, and may not have been the best walk also, but who cares? Radiohead, but Radiohead. I started dining and dancing again, found many Prince Charmings, and may not have been married, but who cares? Why should boys have all the fun? But most importantly, my friends, because of my MS, I started connecting with people from all walks of life, not just fellow MSers, not just people who have physical challenges, but people who were crippled with their mental knots. People who had tried to achieve something really good and then had been paralyzed by their failure, thinking that they cannot do something. And friends, 4 years after I had been diagnosed with MS, baby inner brain was finally born. The Transformation Academy that changes people's lives and makes a difference, motivating, coaching, and transforming them so that they can add that colorful rainbow into their black and red lives, so that they can smile, and be their sparkling best. Yes, baby inner Quake survived because its mother was disturbed enough. Friends, baby inner Quake survived because her mother, in spite of the destruction caused by multiple sclerosis, in fact due to the destruction caused by multiple sclerosis, was disturbed enough. Disturbed enough to find her untapped, unreleased, unleashed power within herself. Disturbed enough to rescue her undelivered desire, her dream from dying. Disturbed enough to make sure that her baby was finally delivered. Making sure that she defined its fate, its destiny. Baby in a Quake survived because her mother, because I was disturbed enough. And I want to ask all of you today, are you disturbed enough? I'm talking to all of you, to all the Senihas, to every man and woman sitting over here today. Are you disturbed enough? If not, then you have not dreamed enough yet. If not, then you have not shattered yourself enough yet. And if not, then you have not had your inner Quake yet. And if not, then you have yet not dreamed of that one big dream, your desire that you convert into your destiny, all because you're not disturbed enough yet. And what a big price to pay for such a small sacrifice. Friends, there is a shloka in Brihadaranyaka which says, you are what your deep driving desire is. What your desire is, so is your will. And as your will is, so is your deed. As your deed is, so is your destiny. But to drive your desire to your destiny, what you need is a disturbance. Don't be afraid of disturbances, because disturbances are not our enemies. In fact, they are the big donors of our Aryan race babies, our AAA quality desires. Look around, and history is replete with many such examples. We bankrupted a woman and got J.K. Rowling to birth Harry Potter. We discriminated a man and got Mahatma Gandhi to give birth to free India. We corrupted a country and got Anna Hazare to birth Arvind Kejriwal. Yes, my friends, it is disasters and disturbances that will make you realize, just like the Senihas, just like the Anna Hazares, the Mahatma Gandhis, as well as all the other people who ever succeeded, what your untapped, unreleased potential is hiding deep within inside your brain. Because that is the point when you are disturbed enough to realize what you are capable of, disturbed enough to realize what is the fuel of passion that will come up when you're in a do and die situation, disturbed enough to realize what that ultimate purpose for you in your life is. Yes, my friends, disturbed enough so that you can make sure that you can reach the same epitome as all the other people did, like the Senihas, like the Gandhis, like the J.K. as well as like the Anna Hazares. All the people who did anything that ever made a difference, because they realized their desire survived because they were disturbed enough.